Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐂, we talk about investing, finance, and professional development. It's the current time of 9:44 a.m. on the Eastern Time on October 24th on Monday. Hope you guys have a good weekend and also a good Monday so far. With respect to Ethereum, $100,343, down about 1.51% so far. On the overall crypto market, we're still kind of, gliding and not really doing much. On the altcoin side of the spectrum is doing something very comparably. On the index front, we are opening on a relatively green day. It seems like we're continuing the rally that we've seen last week so far. And if you look at the overall market spectrum, just looking at the media front, you could see that clearly. We are, I would say, the numbers are quite interesting to look at. Let's just put it this way. The overall market, it's kind of mixed bag. Oil seems like it's kind of minimalizing in terms of its volatility, but the 10-year yield is still crazy high at 4.3% as of this morning, which is just bananas. And it seems like across the overall media average spectrum, it seems like with respect to JP Morgan president Daniel Pinto, he says that the recession may be priced to pay to beat inflation, and the market bottom is not in yet. So obviously, that's his point of view, right? I also have, we have collectively heard from Jamie Dimon himself, which is the CEO of JP Morgan. He did mention that, the recession, in the outlook perspective, 6 to 9 months out from here, we might see more pain ahead. So seems like Daniel Pinto is in support of, this verbiage specifically. So, but ultimately, it's, I would say, the main driver of how the market will reverse going forward is really contingent on how the Feds will be triangulating the interest rates, the inflationary pressure, and how tactical and proactive is the Fed on fighting these negative exogenous factors going forward. So we'll see how that goes. But I would say, the bottom is it near? I question. I ultimately do not have a crystal ball to see that. I mean, if we all did, we'll all be millionaires and billionaires, right? But it's their own speculations. And again, remember, JP Morgan, it is a broker, so they do sell and buy equity as well. So they might have their own specific agenda on why they did what they did. And with respect to some other news, seems like the Rishi Sunak, I think that's how you say his name, to be the Britain's new prime minister, as obviously Penny Mordaunt has dropped out of the race, right? She was only in office for less than a month, right? And with respect to some other news, seems like Tencent, Alibaba shares have pummeled alongside Chinese tech stocks as Xi Jinping has tightened the grip on power. Seems like just like a near-term media affectation, more volatility that should be expected. And then some other news. These are just like relatively trivial news. Nothing really, specific on driving anything beside like this Binance news talking about, crypto cyber attack, which is still a relatively prevalent news that we're still seeing. So let's just dive right into the technical. Or maybe before we do that, let me just take a look at real quick on some of the latest buying activities from the whales to see how are they doing with respect to the recent time frame. It seems like across on Friday, specifically on Friday, I would say across the spectrum is a relatively normal day, nothing really specific. It's kind of like a wash type of day, right? They sold, but they also bought. So it's not like a specific type of how would you say, macro play, but more just like a typical day trade type of play. If you look at the amount that was sold versus the amount that was bought, right? You could see ARK Invest probably sold a little bit more than buy in comparison, but if you look at BlackRock, it's quite equivalent on both sides of the spectrum. So with respect to recording time of 9:49 a.m. on the Eastern Time, we are at 1350. Again, still relatively elongated, right? You could see that will quite extend on a daily. On the weekly, very elongated as well with a double head. It seems like we got, we lost power from the further extensions that we, want to have. On the monthly, you are looking to glide, which is, looking for some sort of a landing zone. On the Bitcoin side of the equation, it is a large separation, still try to land on the technical front, but weekly is still extended. Daily, it is still extended. You could see that clearly right now. So seeing lower levels again is very impossibility. So do not freak out if that actually happens. I would say the likelihood of actually reaching to a lower level like 17,500. 15,500 is very likely. And on the Ethereum side of the equation, I think breaking to 1050 to even 3 digits, which we've seen before, is not an impossibility, right? So definitely be cautious about. Okay, and take a look at the index front to just give us like a high level synopsis of the market. It seems like on a monthly, same thing, looking to land. Weekly, it is looking to cross up eventually, so it looks quite bullish actually. Daily, it is quite extended. It is looking to I will see some short-term volatility. Wouldn't be surprising to us. We are basically meeting exactly where we're supposed to be at 54 out of 70, so definitely be cautious about this one. Okay, so appreciate you. Have a good rest of the day, and check in on the next one. Take care. Bye.